You might think all nuts are healthy, but think again. Studies show that eating the wrong type of nut regularly can raise your risk of heart disease by up to 48%. That's nearly half. And if you're over 60, the danger is even greater. Shocking? Absolutely. But the good news is, not all nuts are created equal. Many common nuts sitting in your kitchen cabinet might not be as healthy as you think. Some can silently raise your blood pressure, trigger chronic inflammation, clog your arteries, and even accelerate memory decline. And the scary part? Most seniors eat these daily, thinking they're doing something good for their health, when in reality, they might be making things worse. There's one specific nut, praised by many health enthusiasts, that contains a hidden toxin. This toxin, when consumed regularly, can damage your liver, kidneys, and even your brain. The worst part? You probably already have it in your kitchen. We'll reveal the identity of this dangerous nut later in the video, so stay tuned. You won't want to miss this. This video is your ultimate guide to nuts for seniors. Which ones are safe, heart-friendly, brain-boosting, and which ones you should absolutely avoid. Backed by science, we'll break down the best choices for aging bodies and expose the most harmful nuts that could silently be sabotaging your health. Watch to the end. Your long-term well-being could depend on it. Before we dive in, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed changes in your health after eating certain nuts? Drop your experience in the comments below and let us know where you're watching from. Your story might help someone else make a smarter, healthier choice today. Almonds. Stronger bones, better heart, sharper mind. Almonds are one of the most beneficial nuts for people over 60. Despite their small size, they're packed with nutrients that support aging bodies, especially your bones, heart, digestion, and even your brain. As we age, bone density begins to decline. That makes us more prone to fractures, even from minor falls. Almonds provide a powerful dose of calcium, about 97 milligrams in just a quarter cup. This helps slow the progression of bone loss and supports overall bone strength. What's more, almonds contain magnesium, a mineral that helps transport calcium into your bones and keeps it from building up in your arteries, where it could harm your heart. But that's not all. Almonds are also great for digestion. With about 3.5 grams of fiber per serving, they naturally help regulate bowel movements. Constipation affects nearly 40% of older adults, and including almonds in your daily routine can offer gentle relief without relying on medication. Almonds also protect your brain. According to researchers at Tufts University, the antioxidants in almonds, especially vitamin E, help guard brain cells against oxidative stress. That's the kind of cellular damage that contributes to memory loss and cognitive decline. Even better, when you eat almonds with the skin on, you also get flavonoids, plant compounds that work together with vitamin E to boost the antioxidant effects. So, how much should you eat? About 15 to 20 almonds a day is ideal. Choose raw or dry roasted almonds and make sure they're unsalted. Almonds with the skin are best, since that's where the most powerful nutrients are concentrated. One quick tip: almonds can be hard to chew, especially for older adults with dentures or swallowing issues. If that's the case, try soaking them in water overnight. This softens the nuts and makes them much easier and safer to eat. In short, almonds are a simple, natural way to support your bones, your heart, your digestion, and your memory. Just one small handful a day can go a long way in keeping you strong and healthy as you age. Walnuts. Boost memory and protect your brain. As we get older, it's not just our bodies that slow down. Our minds do too. That's why walnuts are one of the most important nuts you can include in your diet after age 60. They contain powerful compounds that directly support brain function, memory, and sleep. One of the biggest reasons walnuts are so effective is their high content of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. This type of omega-3 helps support the structure of brain cells and improves communication between neurons. That means sharper thinking, better focus, and stronger memory. Walnuts also contain melatonin, a natural hormone that regulates sleep. Melatonin levels tend to decline with age, which explains why so many older adults struggle with falling asleep or staying asleep. A small handful of walnuts in the evening may help you relax and improve the quality of your sleep, naturally. But the brain benefits don't stop there. Walnuts are rich in polyphenols, antioxidants that reduce inflammation and oxidative damage in the brain. These compounds are believed to help protect against age-related conditions like Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. New studies even show that older adults who eat walnuts regularly perform better on memory and problem-solving tests. Walnuts are also great for your heart, which in turn supports brain health. They contain arginine, an amino acid that helps blood vessels relax, and they may improve blood flow to the brain. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients where your brain needs them most. So how much should you eat? Aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves per day, about one small handful. Keep them in the fridge to preserve their healthy oils and prevent them from going rancid. Walnuts can go bad quickly if left at room temperature. In summary, walnuts are one of the best nuts you can eat for mental clarity, memory retention, and long-term brain health. And they taste great too. Just a few each day can help keep your mind sharp and your nights more restful well into your later years. Pistachios. Support blood pressure and eye health. Pistachios are often underrated, but they're one of the best nuts for seniors, especially when it comes to blood pressure, heart health, and even vision protection. One of the biggest advantages of pistachios is their high potassium content. Just one serving, about 49 kernels, contains around 285 milligrams of potassium. That's more than most other nuts. Potassium helps the body balance sodium levels, which is essential for keeping blood pressure under control. In fact, research shows that regularly eating pistachios can lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, similar to some prescription medications, but without the side effects. Unlike other salty snacks, pistachios are naturally low in sodium. When consumed unsalted, they provide a healthy, heart-friendly option for older adults who are watching their blood pressure. The healthy fats in pistachios, especially monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, support overall cardiovascular function by reducing bad cholesterol, LDL, and increasing the good kind, HDL. But pistachios don't stop at heart health. They're also great for your eyes. These nuts are one of the few that contain lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful carotenoids that help protect the retina from damage caused by light exposure. These compounds concentrate in the macula, the part of the eye responsible for sharp vision, and help reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. Another unique benefit, pistachios can help regulate blood sugar. With 3 grams of fiber per ounce, they slow down digestion and reduce spikes in blood sugar, making them a smart snack for seniors with diabetes or prediabetes. The act of shelling pistachios also offers a subtle benefit. It encourages slower eating. This mindful snacking can help prevent overeating while keeping your hands and brain engaged. Studies even suggest that seeing the leftover shells may act as a visual cue to stop. For best results, choose pistachios that are unsalted and still in the shell. Aim for about 1 ounce or 49 nuts per day. If you have arthritis or trouble with your hands, look for the half-open kind. Easier to enjoy, just as healthy. In summary, pistachios are more than just a crunchy treat. They support your heart, protect your eyesight, and help regulate your blood pressure, all in one delicious handful. Brazil nuts. Thyroid function and anti-aging benefits. Brazil nuts may not be the most common nut in your pantry, but they are by far the richest natural source of selenium, a mineral that plays a key role in thyroid function, metabolism, and cellular protection. For seniors, this tiny nut can offer massive health benefits. Just one Brazil nut contains around 96 micrograms of selenium. That's about 137% of the daily recommended intake. Selenium helps activate thyroid hormones, which are responsible for regulating metabolism, body temperature, and energy levels. Many older adults suffer from undiagnosed thyroid issues because the symptoms, like fatigue, weight gain, or brain fog, are often mistaken for normal aging. but adding just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts to your daily diet can support thyroid health in a simple, natural way. Beyond the thyroid, selenium also acts as a powerful antioxidant. It helps fight oxidative stress, reduce inflammation, and protect cells from damage. Some studies have even suggested that selenium may help slow the shortening of telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA that shrink with age. In other words, Brazil nuts could help you age more slowly at a cellular level. Brazil nuts also support the nervous system. They contain specific fatty acids that help maintain myelin, the protective layer around nerve cells. This is important for preserving reflexes, balance, and coordination, which naturally decline over time. By supporting nerve function, Brazil nuts may also enhance memory, focus, and reaction time. Thanks to their fiber and natural oils, Brazil nuts are also good for digestion. They can help relieve mild constipation and promote healthy bowel movements, another common issue for seniors. But while Brazil nuts are incredibly nutritious, moderation is key. Because they're so high in selenium, you only need 1 to 2 per day. Eating too many can lead to selenium toxicity, which may cause fatigue, nausea, or even hair loss. Choose Brazil nuts that are still in their shells when possible. They stay fresher longer and retain more nutrients. Always store them in the refrigerator to prevent the oils from going rancid. In short, Brazil nuts are small, creamy, and surprisingly powerful. Just 1 a day can help protect your thyroid, sharpen your brain, and support overall healthy aging. Now that you know the 4 best nuts for seniors, it's time to look at the ones that may secretly be harming your health. Peanuts. Hidden dangers behind a popular snack. Peanuts are one of the most widely consumed snacks in the world, especially in the form of peanut butter. But here's the surprising truth. Peanuts may not be as healthy as many people think, especially for older adults. First, peanuts aren't actually nuts. They're legumes, which grow underground. That makes them highly susceptible to mold. And with mold comes aflatoxins, toxic compounds that can damage the liver and increase the risk of cancer. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at detoxifying harmful substances, making these toxins even more dangerous for seniors. But that's not the only problem. Peanuts are also a common trigger for low-grade inflammation. Even in people without peanut allergies, the proteins in peanuts can cause subtle immune reactions that worsen joint pain, fatigue, and mental fog. All symptoms many older adults already struggle with. This hidden inflammation can also put extra stress on the cardiovascular system and may even speed up cognitive decline. Another issue is omega-6 fatty acids. While your body does need omega-6s in small amounts, peanuts contain a high concentration that can throw off your body's delicate balance between omega-3 and omega-6 fats. Most seniors already get too much omega-6 from processed foods, and peanuts just add fuel to the fire. If you take blood thinners like warfarin, you should be even more cautious. Peanuts are a natural source of vitamin K, which can interfere with blood-thinning medication and increase the risk of clots or bleeding problems. Most doctors don't mention this interaction, but it's important to know. And let's not forget commercial peanut butter. Many brands contain hydrogenated oils, added sugars, and excess salt, ingredients that raise blood pressure, increase bad cholesterol, and contribute to weight gain. Even natural peanut butter can become a problem if eaten in large amounts. Lastly, peanuts go rancid quickly when stored improperly, producing harmful compounds that damage cells and organs. If you've been eating peanuts regularly without noticing any side effects, that doesn't mean they're harmless. The damage they cause is often silent, building up slowly over time. Switching to safer alternatives like almonds or walnuts just a few times a week can reduce your exposure to these hidden risks and support healthier aging. Cashews, a sweet nut. With a hidden cost, cashews are creamy, mildly sweet, and often seen as a healthy snack. But for seniors, these popular nuts come with several hidden drawbacks that most people don't realize. One of the biggest concerns with cashews is their high carbohydrate content. Unlike other tree nuts, cashews contain more carbs and less fiber, around 9 grams of carbs per ounce, and very little fiber to balance it out. This means they have a higher glycemic impact, which can spike blood sugar levels more quickly. That's a serious issue for the nearly 25% of seniors living with diabetes, and the many more who are pre-diabetic. Cashews can also pose a choking hazard due to their smooth, curved shape. For seniors with difficulty swallowing or dental issues, cashews are one of the most aspirated nuts. Their texture makes them easy to inhale accidentally, especially if not chewed properly. From a nutritional standpoint, cashews also contain oxalates, compounds that can bind to calcium in the digestive tract and reduce its absorption. For older adults already at risk for osteoporosis or calcium deficiency, this can be a real concern. Oxalates also increase the risk of kidney stones, especially in people over 60. Another problem is how cashews are processed. Unlike most nuts, cashews must go through an intense heating process to remove urushiol, a toxic substance also found in poison ivy. This processing destroys some of their nutritional value, and many commercial cashews are then roasted in oils and heavily salted, adding unhealthy fats and sodium that can raise blood pressure. What's more, cashews contain enzyme inhibitors that make it harder for the body to digest protein, something seniors already struggle with. Poor protein absorption can lead to muscle loss, fatigue, and slower recovery from illness or injury. Lastly, cashews are easy to overeat. Their creamy texture and mild taste make them addictive, which can contribute to weight gain, a growing issue in older adults with slower metabolisms. While cashews may seem harmless or even healthy, eating them regularly can quietly affect your blood sugar, calcium absorption, digestion, and weight. For safer snacking, it's better to stick with almonds, pistachios, or walnuts, nuts that support your body instead of silently stressing it. Macadamia nuts. Delicious, but dense in hidden risks. Macadamia nuts are often praised for their rich, buttery flavor, and they do taste amazing. But beneath the surface, they may not be the best choice for older adults, especially when consumed regularly. The first concern is calorie density. Macadamia nuts are one of the most calorie-dense nuts available, packing around 200 calories per ounce. For seniors with slower metabolisms, this can quickly lead to unintended weight gain. Unlike younger individuals, older adults burn fewer calories at rest, and even small snacks like these can throw off a balanced diet. Next is the fat content. Macadamias contain about 22 grams of fat per ounce, including 3 grams of saturated fat, more than many other nuts. While some fat is healthy, too much saturated fat can increase LDL cholesterol, which many seniors are already trying to reduce to protect their hearts. For those with high cholesterol or a history of heart problems, this can be a risky choice. Macadamia nuts also pose a physical risk to oral health. Their dense texture makes them tough to bite into, especially for those with dentures, weak teeth, or sensitive gums. Cracking or chewing them can lead to discomfort, or worse, dental damage, something no senior wants to deal with. There's also a financial factor. Macadamias are among the most expensive nuts on the market. This can lead budget-conscious seniors to buy cheaper, poorly stored versions that are more likely to go rancid, exposing the body to oxidized fats that can harm cells and increase inflammation. Most commercially sold macadamia nuts are oil-roasted and heavily salted, which adds even more unhealthy fats and sodium. This combination can raise blood pressure and contribute to cardiovascular stress, particularly harmful for those already managing hypertension or heart disease. And while macadamias are high in antioxidants, the nutritional payoff doesn't match the risk for older adults who are trying to maintain weight, protect their heart, and avoid oral complications. In short, macadamia nuts might be fine as an occasional treat, but they're not ideal for daily consumption in aging bodies. Choosing lighter, more balanced nuts like pistachios or almonds provides better long-term support for senior health without the extra calories, fat, or financial cost. Pine nuts. Small but risky for seniors. Pine nuts may look harmless. They're tiny, soft, and often used in dishes like pesto. But for older adults, these little seeds can create big problems, especially when consumed regularly. One of the most concerning issues with pine nuts is their tendency to cause taste disruption, a condition known as pine mouth. After eating pine nuts, Some people experience a bitter, metallic taste in their mouth that can last for days, even weeks. While it might sound minor, this can lead to loss of appetite, reduced food intake, and unintentional weight loss in seniors, a group already at risk of malnutrition. Another major concern is drug interactions. Pine nuts contain natural compounds that may interfere with over 60% of the prescription medications commonly used by older adults. These include statins, antidepressants, and blood pressure medications. Most people, and even many doctors, don't realize this risk, but food-drug interactions can weaken the effect of medications or cause unexpected side effects. Pine nuts also contain high levels of polyunsaturated fats, which are healthy when fresh, but highly unstable. If not stored properly, these fats oxidize quickly, forming compounds that promote inflammation and cell damage. This is particularly harmful for seniors managing conditions like arthritis, heart disease, or autoimmune disorders. Their small size and slick texture make pine nuts a choking hazard, especially for those with dry mouth, trouble swallowing, or weakened throat muscles. These issues are common in people taking multiple medications or recovering from illness, making pine nuts a silent but serious risk. They also contain enzyme inhibitors, which reduce the body's ability to digest proteins. For older adults who already struggle with muscle loss and slow recovery, poor protein absorption can further impact strength, balance, and healing. To make matters worse, some studies suggest that certain types of pine nuts may even accelerate age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in seniors. That's the exact opposite of what most older adults are trying to achieve through healthy eating. Although pine nuts might seem like a fancy, healthful topping, they come with a range of hidden dangers. For aging bodies, it's often better to avoid them entirely, or at least limit their use to rare occasions, and choose more stable, senior-friendly options like walnuts or pistachios instead. Now that you know which nuts to enjoy and which to avoid, take a moment to share your experience in the comments. Have you noticed any changes from eating certain nuts? We'd love to hear from you. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tips on healthy aging.